Last year, Georgia Tech started the season on the road at Colorado. They won that game by a score of 27-20. This year, Georgia Tech will host Colorado in week 1, and we're covering this game as part of our series, covering every game in week 0 and week 1 here at Wager Talk TV. Georgia Tech will be a 7-point home favorite. The total sits at 50.5. And Deion Sanders brought this Colorado program from 1-11 to 9 wins in his first 2 seasons. Travis Hunter won the Heisman, and Hunter and his son Shedeur Sanders both went on to play in the NFL. However, last year things sort of fell apart for Deion. This team was 3-9. As I said, they started the season at home against Georgia Tech. They lost by 7 points, but that game wasn't as close as the final score would indicate. Georgia Tech ran for over 300 yards. They had an edge in total yards of more than 150 yards, an edge in first downs, an edge in time of possession. Despite 3 turnovers, the Yellow Jackets still won the game and covered. And I had Georgia Tech as part of my free play videos in last year's series. The defense ranked dead last in the Big 12 against the run last year. They gave up 222.5 yards per game on the ground. They ranked dead last in total defense, allowing 426 yards per game. This team comes into the 2026 season with plenty of question marks on the offensive line. They've got a new offensive coordinator, and a quarterback, Julian Lewis, will take over. He got into 2 games last year, 29-22 loss at West Virginia and a 42-17 home loss to Arizona State. And he had his moments, but he looked a little shaky, I got to say. And in week 1 with a new offensive coordinator, it doesn't look like a great spot for the young quarterback. He's got some talent around him. They brought in a wide receiver from San Jose State. Danny Scudero had over 1,300 receiving yards for San Jose State last year. He's got a running back. He's got a couple talented running backs. So the skill positions, Colorado's in good shape. The question is, will the offensive line hold up, and will the quarterback be able to get it done? And those are some big question marks. And then you've got Deion Sanders. Is he building up another contender, or has he already done what he came here to do? I guess that question remains to be answered. We're going to talk about Brent Key and the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Before we do, please allow me to tell you about a few promotions we have available here at Wager Talk. How about the NFL preseason is underway? Split week 1, we were 1-1, but we were a perfect 6-0 in last year's preseason. We were also perfect in week 1, 4 straight winners in week 1. So we started last season's NFL with 10 straight winners. And for limited time, the good folks at Wager Talk are giving you the preseason for free if you purchase the first month of the regular season for $179. But if the first month isn't good enough, I got you another promotion to level up. And this is big programming news. I'm going to be doing a weekly show with Carmine Bianco. We're calling it The Split. We're going to break down 3 NFL games every week. Carmine and I are going to go head to head in games that we have a different opinion. This should be a lot of fun. Carmine is a great football handicapper here at Wager Talk. He's coming off a big season last year. I had another winning season, but particularly big in the NFL playoffs. We started the season hot, and we finished the season hot. We're going to look to do that again. You can get myself and Carmine 2 for 1 every pick all year long in the NFL for $899. Grab that at Wager Talk while you can. Now, you might remember these guys, Sean Higgs, Ross Benjamin. We did a show together a couple years back, and it was a very popular show, and we're getting the band back together. You can look forward to myself and Ross and Sean breaking down both college and NFL football twice a week on Wager Talk TV. Now, if you're looking for college football futures, I have a package with 5 regular season win totals available on my page. You can grab that at wt.buzz/JS. Now let's talk about Brent Key, 4th season at Georgia Tech. 3 straight bowl games, 9 wins last year for the Yellow Jackets. They actually got started off. Of course, they won at Colorado. They won their first 8 games. They lost 4 of their last 5. And they got to replace quarterback Haynes King, who was the heart and soul of this team. Man, did I ever love Haynes King. Alberto Mendoza takes over, and Alberto Mendoza, of course, is the younger brother of Fernando Mendoza, the younger brother, the backup to his big brother at Indiana the last 2 years. He'll have some tools to work with for sure. He'll be playing behind a pretty strong offensive line, or at least what we expect to be a good offensive line, and a couple studs in the backfield in Justice Haynes and Malachi Mosley. Mendoza, we haven't seen a lot of him. He got into a few games for Indiana last year, threw for 286 yards, 5 touchdowns, and a pick on 18 of 24 passing. Of course, that was in garbage time. You look at what we know about him. He had a good high school career, but clearly if Curt Cignetti thought he was going to be like his big brother, I'm sure he wouldn't have let him go. I don't think anybody's expecting the younger brother to live up to the follow in the footsteps of the older brother, but I'm asking myself why are expectations so low for Alberto Mendoza compared to Fernando? And I think it might be the size, because Fernando is 6'5", and they got Alberto listed as 6'2". It might not sound like much, but I know for quarterbacks, especially in the NFL, they want to see that height. There's some pretty damn good quarterbacks that are under 6'2", though. So I don't know. We'll see how it works out for Alberto Mendoza at Georgia Tech. I don't think it's going to matter how good he is in week 1, because, as I mentioned, this Colorado team really struggled to defend the run last year. Georgia Tech ran for over 300 yards. They're in a great position to do that again. As I mentioned, Georgia Tech won last year's game by 7 points, despite turning the ball over 3 times, losing the turnover battle 3-0. I think this is one of those games where if you're going to play it, you better lay it. And if you're asking yourself, where did I get this shirt? Well, I lost a bet to Colorado fans 2 years ago. I got him back last year, but 2 years ago, I ran my mouth, and as punishment, I had to get myself a pretty cool looking Travis Hunter jersey. So I'm a winner all around. If you like this video, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. And if you've got anything to say to me, even if it's nasty, hit me up in the comments below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.